It helps to turn my mic off mute. That's my fault, guys. What's going on? It's your boy Burrow77 coming to you live to talk West Ham versus Aston Villa props. I think that we see a really open game here. I know this lineup from Aston Villa looks like a poor shape to go forward, but until proven otherwise, I always assume Villa is going for it. They're very quick. They're very pacey, especially on the counter. We all know what Ollie Watkins is capable of. Leon Bailey's lightning fast. Tillemans from the midfield as well. McGinn, Matty Cash pushing up that right-hand side. So I think that we see goals here today. I really like both teams to score over 2.5 here. I have that in over on BetUS at -125. Last I checked, it was sitting at -130 over on DraftKings. But I like both teams to score in the over 2.5 here. I am a little disappointed that Antonio is starting over Fulkerg. I know they just signed Fulkerg and got him in, but he's way too good to be leaving on your bench and putting Antonio in there for West Ham. Gerard Bowen over on the right wing is a very good player. I like him as far as like shots on target goes. Mohamed Kudus over on the left wing, I rate him really highly as well. Same thing with Luis Paqueta in the middle. I really like him. I think that he is a good look for a first half shot here. As a standalone, it's -135 on FanDuel. I think there's good value there. It is a little longer odds than I typically like to lay, but with him playing the 10 here and knowing how poor Antonio is as a finisher, just in my opinion, I do like the wings and Paqueta to be involved here. Over on the Villa side, obviously, Ollie Watkins, I like him to score an assist. He was an absolute menace last year. Looked really good in Euros as well, coming off the bench as a super sub and making contributions. So Ollie Watkins is red hot. I look for him to continue that sort of form into the season. The other thing I want to mention here is Aston Villa has UCL this season, and I really like Unai Emery, and I really like this Villa squad. I think they'll get deeper once Tyrone Mings comes back from his knee injury, but I think Villa's going to struggle a little bit in the EPL this season, and I think that they know that as well. Getting a point here on the road would be massive for them, so I am interested as far as sides go. I think there's value in Aston Villa on the draw no bet, which is sitting right around +100. Let me pull that number here for you guys real quick. Draw no bet. Yeah, you can get +105 on DK, +105 on Bet Rivers, +104 on FanDuel, and then you're looking at -105 on BetMGM and Caesars. So I think Villa knows that they're in for a long one this year with their Champions League appearance, and that they're going to need to try and acquire as many points as possible here before Champions League really gets underway. So let me just check something here real quick on the head-to-heads. I do kind of remember Villa struggling away at West Ham. So they got a draw away at West Ham last year. Another 1-1 draw in 2023. West Ham wins away in 22, but West Ham was pretty good that year. Same thing in 21. So yeah, Villa has historically struggled on the road a little bit here versus West Ham, but like I said, they're under Unai Emery now. They're competitive. They made UCL. They finished 4th last year. I really like this team and what they've been able to do here for Aston Villa. So I do see some value here on Villa draw no bet. That said, I think this is going to be a really high scoring, pacey match. There's a ton of guys on both of these squads who need the ball, and there's only one ball to share. So when they start finding something that works, I have a feeling that the field is going to tilt that way just a little bit. So As a reminder, guys, feel free to fire off any questions or players you want me to discuss. Otherwise, I'm just going to kind of start scrolling through the board here and talking about numbers I see value on as they pop up. I think, the main strikers here for Villa and West Ham are a little tough on their numbers, especially for shots on target. We're looking at like minus 260 for Ollie Watkins. Not in love with that. Bowen, minus 200. Not in love with that. Fulkerg is obviously out. Antonio at minus 130. Listen, I'm not a huge Antonio guy, but he probably will put one on frame. So I think minus 130 is pretty decent value. I would expect a kind of short hook from Antonio too. I don't imagine you go out and spend all that money on Fulkerg and give Antonio a full more than like 45 minutes worth of run. I would expect to see Fulkerg pretty quickly here in the second half. So if you're into the risk on Antonio, like I said, full game is minus 130. But if you want to take him for a shot on target in the first half when he's starting and you know he won't get subbed out, plus 210 is a pretty good number there. Again, I'm not a huge Antonio guy. I'm not necessarily looking to make that move, but if somebody asked me what I thought about Antonio, that's where I would go with it. So we'll keep it moving from there. I do really like Mohamed Kudus. So Kudus for a shot on target at minus 125, I think is really good value. I could even see him having one in the first half if you want to take that. For a shot on target at plus 230. But I think full game at minus 125 definitely has some value there over on FanDuel. Leon Bailey for a shot on target at minus 121 over on Bet Rivers. Now, Bet Rivers definitely limits me out. So minus 130 is a more realistic price that I can get some money down on over on FanDuel. Again, just a hair short for me, but 130 is still perfectly playable as a standalone. I think Bailey is definitely going to be pushing up and down that right-hand side with Matty Cash, who we all know likes to get forward and shoot as well. Keeping it moving. I'm looking for some Paqueta love here. Swinchuk from the midfield. I don't super love that. John McGinn here playing is the 7. Again, I don't think that Villa's going to run this sort of formation. I expect Bailey to be up with Ollie Watkins, with McGinn playing pivot, if anything. Looking at like a 2, or, from the back, it would be then like a 4-3-1-2. So I just don't see them sitting in this kind of blocky formation. So I do like Bailey to get forward here. So and same with McGinn, kind of playing more of a 10 / a pivot role. So I like his shot on target number plus 165 on FanDuel. I think that has a good amount of value. Paqueta for a shot on target at plus 165. I absolutely love that, playing the 10 for West Ham. I think Paqueta's got a lot of value today. Ollie Watkins, if you want to get involved with him, you're probably going to have to take over 1.5 shots on target, which is plus 190. And I'm not super in love with that number. I'm more of the mindset that if I like a guy for 2 shots on target, I'm probably going to take him for his goal. And I can get an Ollie Watkins goal at plus 170. So that's where the value is for me. Where are the goals? UCL can't come fast enough. It's week 1, Myron. Everybody is going to be a little bit rusty. We just got a Bournemouth goal. I was on both teams to score there. I really liked that number as well. I know a couple of my guys in the Discord were waiting for that. Arsenal did manage to get a second. Saka from Havertz to Saka. Damn, somebody got fucking paid on that, I'm sure. That's going on. Everton, I don't know what you're doing, taking a red card, just getting absolutely waxed here. So yeah, Everton is looking pretty skinny. Newcastle, that red card on Shar was just complete bullshit, Myron. So I don't want to talk about that too much, and we'll stick with the games we got going right now. So back into the shots on target market. Give me 1 second here while I pull it back up. We were at Leon Bailey for 2. I said I liked his goal much more than I liked taking him for 2 shots on target. His goal sitting at plus 170 is definitely a nice look there. Matty Cash, to have a shot on target at plus 215, I think that's a little short. I do like him to shoot. I'm going to take a look at that market next. Yori Tillemans, I really like. He definitely jacks for chicks here from the midfield. I like this number much better than I like Matty Cash's number, who's playing right back. Does get forward, but Tillemans is dangerous. He's always at the top of the box. He's a good look on greasy rebounds and especially on set piece stuff. So him at plus 220, I think, is a little more fair value than Matty Cash sitting around plus 200. I do like Somerville. He's obviously not in the lineup, but got to keep an eye out for moving forward in the future. So that's going to kind of round out our shots on target market there. Please McKay assist hit 4. He got subbed plus 500. Nice. Let's go. Yeah, I was on Big Chris Wood. That was my win of the morning. Big Chris Wood, anytime goal at plus 200. Let's get into these shots markets a little bit here. Just because I do like the shots markets. We'll get into to score assist a little bit too. We'll start with the to score assist. I think Ollie Watkins definitely has value at plus 105 if you want to play him as a standalone or as part of a parlay. Again, I like Gerard Bowen. I think he's going to be really dangerous up here on the right wing at plus 120. I like Mohamed Kudus a lot at plus 155. I think that's a phenomenal price. I think he had a really good finish to the end of his season there. Is James Ward-Prowse on the field? He is not. Okay, so James Ward-Prowse isn't on the field today. So that's going to throw a little wrench in. Who's going to be taking free kicks? Leon Bailey at plus 155 to score assist. Again, I think he's going to be playing forward with Ollie Watkins kind of playing on the left, Leon Bailey kind of on the right with McGinn as the pivot, maybe not necessarily a front 3, but maybe a 2 with a drop 10 there on the pivot for McGinn, with that again, that midfield staying Rogers, Onana, Tillemans with Diange, Torres, Consta and Cash on the back line, with Diange and Cash having the freedom to push forward. Keita to score assist at plus 200 looks really good as well. I'm not going to lie. I'm a big Keita guy. It might be a little bit of a recency bias since he did cash us a huge bag in Copa America playing for Brazil with his first half shots. So I might be biased there. Let's get into the shots market a little bit, because if I can get Matty Cash anywhere near plus number for a single shot, I'm going to take it. If I can get it at a reasonable number, it'll be a parlay piece for me. Again, anybody just to take that I like just to take a single shot means that they're usually involved or in really good position on set pieces, or they're a guy who plays a position that typically doesn't shoot a bunch, but because of the style of play with Villa, I do believe Matty Cash will be pushing forward and looking to get involved. Sionchuk is another guy who I can see just taking a single shot. So let's see if we can find some of these numbers. Matty Cash to take a shot sitting around minus 175, minus 180. Probably not good enough to play on its own, but definitely good enough to use in a parlay. Paqueta over 1.5 shots full game at -115 is an absolutely disrespectful number over on DraftKings. I think that has a ton of value. I think Paqueta shooting twice here. Like I said, I just don't super believe in Antonio. They will probably try and feed him a little bit, but again, I see him having a short hook. You can go Paqueta first half if you want, because I think once Fulkirk gets in, he will be distributing more. But I mean, it's Paqueta. He's Brazilian. He's never going to be afraid to let that thing rip. So I think 2 shots over on DraftKings at -115 is a ton of value. James Ward-Prowse. Again, drop any questions or anybody you want me to look at, or comments, whatever you're thinking. Drop it here in the comments. Happy to answer any questions. I just these lineups come out. I can't have all these numbers prepared, especially with how crowded the slate was this morning. So I do need to take some time to kind of scroll through these numbers and just check them out for you guys and see where we're at. Let's see who the ref is here too. So that's kind of it on the shots market for me right now. When did Somerville come off? Sinanistra came off in the 64th minute. Siamyo is there. Okay, so let's see who the lineup is for this game. We got Harrington. Let me pull his ref stats real quick. Let's see if there's any good card looks here with him. Let's see, Harrington. Ref stats. Tony Harrington. Here we go. Let's get seasons all. So he's mostly been a championship ref. He's got 19 appearances in the Prem, giving up 3.53 yellows a game. He's given up 67 in those 19 matches reffed. Let's see where he's been at on some of these games. So he's reffed a pretty good amount of Aston Villa games. He's only given up 1.64 cards a game. Again, in Villa games, 18 cards total. And then we're looking for West Ham. Let's see if he's worked too many West Ham games. Probably not. Yeah, it's looking like he hasn't really reffed a ton of West Ham games. If anything, he's reffed one. He's reffed one West Ham game and given out 2 yellows and 7 fouls. So a little stingy here when it comes to the fouls and the cards in EPL. Let's take a little look at kind of like Soinchuk for a card. Not really, not without. I mean, he'll have a little bit of a problem here with Ollie Watkins. I don't know. I think Emerson, Kilman, Rodriguez is like the triangle of guys I would attack if I was looking for a card. They're going to have to be dealing with Leon Bailey, Tillemans, Matty Cash. I think that's a pretty nasty trio where you'll see some professional and tactical fouls there. Let me just take a quick peek at the cards market to see what we're working with as far as team total bookings, because we did catch some nice low-hanging fruit on Man United. So I just want to take a quick look here and see what we're working with. If there's any low-hanging fruit here as far as cards, and I'll move on from this market and get to everybody's favorite market, the first half shots, ladders, and some of the ridiculous yeets we can do there. All right, so team total is set at over 2.5 cards on both Villa and West Ham, sitting at plus 125. I'm not in love with those numbers for a guy who only averages 3.5 cards a game. So, look, I'm not telling you to take the under. I'm just not interested in the over. And the unders are both sitting at minus 165. So I'm not going to try and get involved in this cards market here. So we'll keep it moving from there. We'll get into this first half shots market that everybody loves to talk about and seems to have definitely picked up in some popularity. Like I said, I do think Paqueta has a lot of value here as a standalone for a single shot in the first half at minus 135. Same with McGinn at minus 115. I definitely think that has value. Matty Cash, if you like it, at plus 120, it's a little skinny in my opinion, but it definitely does have value for how forward I think he's going to be getting there from right back. Obviously, FanDuel has kind of caught on to the Matty Cash pushes forward narrative and is pricing it accordingly. I think Tillymans is again, good value. Plus 125 is a little light. I prefer his full game shot on target over just the shot in the first half there. If you think DeAnge is coming forward from the left-hand side like Cash does, plus 180, doesn't super move the needle for me. Soinchuk is way too poorly priced at minus 155. We got to start getting into the 2 or more shots in the first half. Ollie Watkins plus 140. Everybody's good here. Like if you're good with 2 and you want to climb the ladder, you're perfectly fine taking any of the stars here. Ollie Watkins at plus 140 has definitely got value. Gerard Bowen plus 155. Leon Bailey plus 210. I really do kind of like that. I think that the right-hand side is going to be pretty lethal here for Aston Villa, especially on the counter. Mohamed Kudus at plus 220. Again, I'm not sticking with Antonio. If you guys like it, though, it's plus 250. Paqueta at plus 400, I think, is a ton of value. Again, it's a long shot for a reason. Same with McGinn at plus 500. And that's kind of where I'll stop there. 3, if you're going to the moon, again, I'm probably not going to the moon here in week 1. We have seen a lot of pace. We did see a lot of first half shots in these previous 3 games, and I do expect something a little bit in the same vein here. So, look, if you want to take somebody for 3, they're going to be the focal point. I mean, we obviously saw it with Bruno Fernandes and Casemiro in the Man United game on Friday. So if you're into it, Ollie Watkins at plus 470, Gerard Bowen at plus 500, Leon Bailey at plus 750, Kudos at plus 350, and Paqueta at 1,700. So you just got to pick your spot. Again, I'm probably not going to put my money there just in game 1. Saves, I think, have value as well. I think if you want to use either keeper to make 3 or more saves, they're sitting at minus 150, minus 155. It's a solid little parlay piece. I definitely see both teams having 3 or more shots on target here. 4 or more saves from West Ham is sitting at plus 165, and Aston Villa is sitting at plus 155. So unless I am seeing you guys pop up in the comments here with any questions you have for the game, I'm probably going to keep it moving a little bit. I don't have any graphics made up, but if you want, we can quickly discuss the Inter Genoa game. I'm on Inter, obviously. I like Inter here. I'm probably going to go with Inter and over 1.5. And that's sitting at like minus 110-ish. I got to double check this starting lineup here really quick, but I'm just assuming Lautaro Martinez is starting. Yeah, we got Lautaro Martinez with Durham, DeMarco, Mkhitaryan, Kalahalungu, Bellerin, Demarian. Yeah, I mean, full strength lineup here from Inter. They should roll. I like Lautaro for an anytime goal. Best price on a Lautaro anytime goal looks to be about plus 135. I don't hate doing a Lautaro win cast either. So that's just talking Serie A real quick. Again, I know I don't have the graphics or the lineups here in front of you for that sort of stuff. So awesome. I forgot to go live on Instagram too. So whatever. That's my fault. So yeah, I don't know. I'll do a quick recap since I did forget to go live on Instagram. That's on me. But sorry if you're just tuning in. I forgot to hit the button on Instagram. I'm on Aston Villa versus West Ham. Both teams to score over 2.5, sitting at minus 125. Over on Bet US, I got money down. I'm taking that for a full unit. I do like Ollie Watkins here. I think that his anytime goal scorer has value at plus 190. I think to score assist at plus 105 is perfectly reasonable as well. I like shots on target for Paqueta, Kudos, Leon Bailey, Yori Tillemans, and I like first half shots here. Again, you're gonna have to pick your spot. There's only one ball. One or more shots in the first half. I think Paqueta is really undervalued, sitting at minus 135 over on FanDuel, and McGinn at minus 115. His standalones are good looks. And then when we get to two or more shots in the first half, everybody you could want to bet on is pretty good. Ollie Watkins plus 140, Foden plus 155, Bailey plus 210, Kudos plus 220, Paqueta plus 400, McGinn plus 500. So that's where I'm at. What was the other shots on target? Shots on target in the first half. If you want to get involved in that market, I think that there's some good value there, especially on Kudos at plus 230, Leon Bailey plus 220, Paqueta at plus 410, I think is obnoxious. Ollie Watkins even at plus 130. I do think that we see a ton of shots here. I think we see them early. I think we see them often. I think we see a lot of corners too. So if you're a corners guy, let's see what the corner spread is here. Yeah, it's West Ham -1, Villa +1. Looks like corners market is kind of set at 10. No. Oh, that's home corners. Total corners, yeah. Total corners is set at 10.5. Over at minus 106, I don't think is a bad call. DK doesn't have Ollie to score or assist. That's bogus. You're in the same boat I was with Romero yesterday for Sevilla. I couldn't find his assist or his to score assist listed anywhere. They only listed his anytime goal, and of course he got an assist. So I was furious about that. Ollie to score or assist, or to score and assist. I mean, Bet365 has it at plus 1,100. Now, it's definitely possible. Let's make sure it's good value. Let me compare DraftKings and Bet Rivers. They're the only two guys that have them as pre-mades, and the pre-mades always tend to have much higher value than building it out yourself. Ollie Watkins isn't going to be listed because they don't want to list his assist on DraftKings. Let me check Bet Rivers because they're the other book that has it as a pre-made and will have more value than trying to build it yourself. So I got to go over to player specials To score or give an assist is plus 105. Okay, so to score or assist is now up on Bet Rivers, at least in Michigan. Not that it matters to me because they just don't take my money like that. Okay, they don't have the combo unless player to give an assist. Yeah. Okay, so they don't have it on Bet Rivers today either. So yeah, nothing to compare it to. Plus 1100 feels okay. It is obviously a long shot. I'd say maybe a cup of coffee at most, Mitch, but he could do it. He could easily be involved in both goals. I like him to score. I think he can assist today. I like Bailey again. Matty Cash is sometimes gets a greasy goal. I like Tillemans. I like McGinn. So I think there's plenty of offensive firepower there. And I think there's mouths to feed. So Watkins can do both. So if you like him to get on the score sheet twice here, it did happen with Saka and with Kai Havertz in the last game. They both scored and they both assisted each other for Arsenal. So, yeah, I'm here for it if you like it. Thoughts on Martinez saves for Bet365? Despite our hate for Argentina, dude is still a beast. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what the Bet365 numbers are right off top, Myron, but both West Ham and Emi Martinez, obviously for Villa, are sitting at plus 160. It just moved to plus 155 for 4 more saves on FanDuel. At minus 155 for 3 or more saves on both keepers over here on FanDuel. So I think 3 is okay to use in a parlay piece. I think 4 has standalone value on both keepers. So that's where I'm at with it, guys. My heaviest action is on both teams to score over 2.5, sitting at minus 125. I locked that in. Before we get out of here, I do got to do some plugs. So obviously make sure to like and subscribe here on YouTube. It costs you guys absolutely nothing. It helps me out a ton. It lets me keep bringing you these free shows right before matches. So please, please, please subscribe on YouTube. It really is the best metric for helping me measure how successful these streams are. Next up, be sure to check out the links in the descriptions here and join the Dub Clubs / the Discords. I am doing a Dub Club / Discord with my good buddy Flash, who is the host of all the BetUS soccer shows. I worked with him closely for the La Liga season last year. We're doing a direct-to-consumer live video every Friday night at 7 p.m. Eastern. We did our first one last night and dropped it in the Discord. That's up for everybody to see. And yeah, we're moving on with our picks in that one. And then I have my Discord where I post my lean sheets. I post all my free YouTube comment, official picks, bet tracking, help with research, research tools, and all that good jazz. That's $15 a month. So be sure to check me out there. And then be sure to follow me on social media, Twitter /X, Instagram. I put these lives on Instagram when I don't forget to press the go live button. I do these lives on YouTube as well as Twitter and Instagram. So that's the best way to find all my content. That's the best way to find my videos. That's the best way to find all my bets and official action for the week outside of the Discord. Discord obviously gets more and more of my thoughts as it is a paid site. So appreciate you guys for tuning in. Looking forward to this game. As always, I hope to see you all at the window. And that's it for now. Oaks out. Go run that outro. Doses. We outside.